If there's a market correction happening in 2026, 2027, that means prices will go down. The rental values are going to go down as well. I recently had an investor who asked me, what can 1 million dirhams actually get me in Dubai? He wanted to buy about 5-6 units, but he wanted to put 1 million dirhams in each one. So in total about 5 million dirhams. I had a look at it and had a long thought in terms of where he could actually practically put his money. We're talking about 250,000 pounds pot, so around about 1 million pounds. What I've detected is that there are some areas that are offering fantastic units, but they are from developers that you have not heard of. And let's just remove the obvious ones from the list. Damac goes out the list, Emaar definitely goes out the list, and absolutely Shoba's not in there, and Bengati is not in there as well. There's another set of developers who have actually, you could say, picked up their quality standards, and they're doing a very good job now within the market of construction. And these guys have got a lot of units on now, a lot of units which are giving the big boys a run for their money. And doing my research into this, what I've detected is that the quality of construction, I've been on their sites, I've actually visited with the representative of these developers on the site and looked at the building, been inside, checked out what the show apartments are, and also the actual handover apartments, and they're fantastic. They're of some of the highest quality that you can imagine. Now you're probably asking yourself, where are these locations? Well, there's plenty of locations in Dubai where these developers are actually happening. But here's the problem, they sell out fast. They sell out really, really fast. And because this is happening like this, what you start to notice is that you don't hear of it. You hear of the big developers launching their projects, and you hear it for a couple of weeks until the project's completely sold out. But these smaller developers who are offering more cost-effective pricing, the bigger units, good builds as well, you don't hear of them enough. They're almost hidden. If any of you have seen some of my earlier videos, you would have noticed me speak about Arisha terraces. Go back in my channel and you would have seen that. There's another one called OBJ Developments. Go back in my channel and you will spot these. They're some of my earliest videos where I covered these topics. And you can get studios 1 beds for less than 1 million, and quite a big size. In fact, you could still pick up studios for 500,000 dirhams in these areas. That's the surprising thing. They still exist. The reason why you don't hear of them is that our fellow YouTubers are not talking about them enough. They always like to focus on the big ones. Emaar Oasis, Damac, Bengati, Sky Hall, Skyrise. They're always talking about the main ones. They're not focusing on what is happening elsewhere. So what I've said to this investor is that you can definitely pick up 5 units, maybe even 7, 8 units if we do your bulk deal in these areas with this developer. And luckily enough, that deal has went through. And that person has happily picked up those units, and they're very close to handover as well. So this is something that he's put his money in, and he's going to start to get a very passive income coming in very soon, within the next 6 months. He'll start to get those income, and that will be passive income that will support him and his family. What does that mean for the rest of you? What does that mean that you can do? If you're in the United Kingdom, if you're in the European Union, if you're in the United States, and you're looking to invest your money here, but you don't want to be ripped off, you want to put your money somewhere which you can still get appreciation, you can still get a rental yield, a very good rental yield, and you're definitely you can sell it over later on, and you can keep feeding on that rental value until that point. Those buildings exist, they do exist, and they do exist in certain locations. The problem is most YouTubers, most other brokers don't focus on them, and there's a good reason for that. Their name isn't big enough in the market. That doesn't mean that their quality of handover is rubbish. No, far from it. They're extremely very good, and they have been around internationally for a long time as well. So if you want to find out what those units are, where they are, join my WhatsApp channel. You can find the details for that in the description below. It's just a WhatsApp group where you can join and we can all have a discussion. That is if you're looking to buy in Dubai. But also we have options in Sharjah. We also have options in other parts as well. Does that mean Dubai should not be your first choice? No, Dubai should always be your first choice. The problem between Dubai and Sharjah right now is the increased amount of traffic. What's happened is that since the prices have been increasing for the rental for Dubai residents, they have started to move out to Sharjah. So that means that as this movement has been happening to Sharjah and to other parts of the Emirates for cheaper residents for people to live in, Dubai's prices have started to stagnate in certain areas. And you know what's coming if you've seen my other videos. We will see a market correction. And that means that if there's a market correction happening in 2026, 2027, that means prices will go down. Rental values are going to go down as well. That means that you have to invest now in properties which are below market value. Because if you invest into those top 4 developers, which are overpriced in many respects, when those values drop, you're going to see a big drop. But those guys that are developing under market value, you're not going to see them. It's what they are, that's it. You might see a 50, 60,000 dirham drop, but that's about it. Because they were always priced reasonably. That's the advantage that you have. So when you talk about safety guarantees, you're talking about risk-adverse investing, you go with these guys. But if you want to put your money in a highly appreciated development with highly appreciated brand recognized developers, you will be paying a premium, 2.7 million dirhams above. That's what you're paying for. This is not what the vast majority of people want to do. They want to put your money where you can still feel appreciation, still get it in the off-plan space, and get a good rental within 4 years' time. But you want to be the benefactor of this. You want to be the beneficiary of this. I've had many clients who have bought in appreciated areas with other brokers. They've came and discovered me and they've started speaking to me and they're wanting to sell off. But as we have learned, trying to sell off, they're not making much, maybe 50, maybe 100,000 dirhams, so it's just 20, 25,000 pounds. 30,000 US dollars maximum is what they're making. It's not a huge profit. And even that, when their fees are being given, they might lose a large bulk of that profit. So invest wisely and invest carefully, okay? So guys, don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you're notified of all my videos that I'm publishing on a daily and weekly basis. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching.